This is how you can manually schedule sales calls in SaleGen calendars without sending the links to prospects. So, for example, just to let you know what this is basically about, this is the calendar which we use for booking calls. So, what usually happens is that people go over to this page, they select a time, they answer a couple of questions, like they come over here and they select a time, they answer all these questions, and then they schedule a call. This is good. This works. If you're doing that, you don't need to watch this video. But a lot of the times, like let's say you're speaking to someone on WhatsApp or something, and they tell you, okay, let's speak tomorrow at 2 p.m. If they said it, it's like kind of like counterintuitive, right? That you send a link to them again. So this is basically the guide what to do, how exactly you should like be scheduling calls in the calendar when someone has just been like, bro, let's speak tomorrow at 2 p.m. How you can add the call in SaleGen without actually sending them a link to book through that, because this will obviously book you more number of meetings, because every single time you send out a link it's more friction and people don't want to do it, they may be busy or something. So this will help you book more meetings and everything, and this is exactly how you can actually add the calls which you just agreed over with the person, like casually over text, over like just a word of mouth, like yeah, let's talk at this time. How you can add it into SaleGen, how you can send out, like this will trigger all the automations. Like let's say for example, I'm probably assuming you use a lot of automations, like what needs to be done, like when a call is booked, the automated reminders go out, you maybe send them a VSL as well. So all of those things will be triggered by this too. So this is basically the entire purpose of what you're doing over here. So you do need some prerequisites. Like without this, if you don't have these four things, this process won't work. So number one, you need a call booking calendar already created inside SalesGen. Here's the link to the SOP. If you don't have it, you can just click on this, and this is the guide for creating the calendar. So yeah, you do need like a calendar created in your SalesGen account already. So for example, over here, if we come to calendars, we go to calendar settings, you can see like all the calendars which are created. So you need at least one. You can have like multiple as well, but only one. Like I don't really need more than one calendar. So yeah, you need a calendar created in SalesGen already. The person who's taking the call, maybe it's you, probably for most people, or if you have sales reps in your team, they should be added in SalesGen. And if you want to know how you can add it, like there's a tutorial on the same. I'll link it over here as well. But very simply, you go over to settings, you go over to my stuff, and you simply click on add user, and you just add the person, like first name, last name, and enter the email. You can set the password for them as well, and after that you can decide if they should be a user, like they can change stuff in your account or just see it, and if they can see all the data or only the data which is assigned to them. So that's how you quickly do it. But yeah, the person who's taking the call should be added. If you're doing it, you already are, so don't worry. The prospect's name, email, and phone number should be known. So, like, let's say I'm taking a call with John. I should know John's phone number. I should know his email address. I should know his name as well. Phone number is required because we're going to be using WhatsApp and everything probably to be sending out reminders to him. The email should be known because that is how we can like automatically, like it will automatically go to his calendar, if it makes sense. So it's very important to add the meeting details into his calendar automatically, and also cell details, and name is obviously like the first name. So if you don't have any of it, this is exactly what you do. So firstly, if you don't have the name, you just have the email and the phone number, you can just ask him like, what's a good name, just as simple as that. If like ask this only after they've confirmed like yeah, they're interested in getting on a call with you. If you don't have their email, you can ask them something like, what's your best email address, like something like, what's your email, so that I can send you the calendar invite over there. Just looking to send you a calendar invite, so what's your email, something like that. The main concept is you want to ask for the email to send them a calendar invite. If you don't have the phone number, and let's say you're speaking over Instagram, what's Instagram or like email or something, you can ask them like, what's your phone number, which we can use to share like the meeting details. Like just say that the meeting details and the links and everything, they're automatically shared via WhatsApp. So what's your best phone number to contact you from? And if they say like we don't use WhatsApp, you can be like, oh, that's totally cool. If WhatsApp is not available, our system automatically sends them out via SMS and everything, and just try to get their phone number. So yeah, these things Like these three things, they should be known. The user who is adding the call in SaleGen, like this has to be done manually. Obviously, you're not automatically booking it, but the person who's adding the call in SaleGen, he must be an admin with permissions to view all the data in the account. So, for example, if I go over to here in my staff, you can see all the people. So, let's say Godwin is trying to add the appointment. He cannot do it because if we go over to roles and permissions of Godwin, Godwin is a user. Like he can use this account, he cannot change it. So he cannot do it. He needs to be an admin for the same. And data visibility scope, it should be all records. So right now Godwin can only see the data which is assigned to him and not to other people. So like just an example. So the person who is actually adding it, like I'll show you what it needs to be like. So for example, where's freaking like I'll just use mine. So for example, in my account, I am an admin and why can I only see assigned data? It should be all records. So I can see all records and I should be an admin. So the person, if you're doing it yourself, ensure you're an admin and you can see all records. And if someone else is doing it, like if there's a member of staff who does it, ensure he's an admin as well and he can see all records as well. So once all these things are taken care of, we can actually proceed. It's a very simple process. So yeah, firstly, this is the step-by-step guide. Watch the attached video. Like you're probably already watching this. So yeah, just like below the video, whenever I create like a SOP, for example, something like this, you can see in the video, like there's going to be an like attached video, a YouTube video or a Loom video, something like that. So please refer to the video before trying to do this because a lot of the things that cannot be explained via text, it is better if you see it. So yeah, firstly, you need to log in to your SaleGen account. Just simply click on this. I've already opened it up. So yeah, once you've logged in, like you probably will be on your launchpad and this is what it looks like. Yeah, you need to log into your SaleGen account and yeah, you're right now on the dashboard. Once you've done that, you need to click on calendars on the left side of the screen. So if you come over here in your account, towards the left, you can see this thing known as calendars. Pretty simple and straightforward. Once you're on calendars, you need to click on calendars again. This time on the top left corner of the screen. So over here at the top left corner of the screen, you can see this calendar thing. Just simply click on this again and you will be on this exact page. So this is where you can see the calendars and this is what it probably looks like for you. Yep. This is what you're freaking supposed to do. Now you have to select the user who you wish to appoint the appointment to. Bottom right corner of the screen. So what will now happen, like this is more applicable if you have multiple people who take sales calls. So at the bottom right corner of your screen, you can find all the closers in the account. Like all these people are different people who are taking sales calls for us. So if you have multiple sales people who are taking the calls, you need to select the person who's taking the call. So for example, like this person is Arya Banerjee. So let's say I want to assign this call to Arya. I need to select that. For example, if you don't have any sales reps and you're doing this yourself, then you simply select your name. So if I was assigning this appointment to myself, I'll just select my name, Saumil Yadav. Like right now my schedule is empty. I don't take calls anymore. But yeah, if you are not like, if you take the calls yourself, select your name. If you have salespeople who take it for you, select the name of the person. So I'll just select like Banerjee over here, which is like Arya's account. So all the users in your SaleGen account, they'll be present over here. Just do it. Like let's say if I wanted to give calls to Ujjwal, I'll select him. If I wanted to give calls to Zian, I'll select him. If I wanted to give calls to Shivraj, I'll select him. So whoever the person is, just select the person from here. Yup. Once that is done, you need to click on any blank spot on the calendar and choose the right calendar. If multiple calendars exist, what do you mean, Somil? So once you've selected the person, for example, Banerjee, Arya in this case, I need to select any blank spot. So for example, Arya is out of office, he's busy from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. Indian Standard Time and he does not want to take calls at that. So I cannot even even if I try to click it, he has blocked it off in his Google Calendar, which is totally fine. Like that's totally acceptable for us. We ask our reps whenever you don't want to take calls, you simply go over and you block of that time slot in your Google Calendar. So yeah, the time slots where a person is busy or he already has something else, we cannot book a call at that time. So let's say I'm trying to book, like, today is 18 March and tomorrow is 19th and I want to book a call with him for, like, let's say I got a prospect from, let's say, Paris, and it's like, this is a real thing. So like, there's a guy from Paris, he wants to book a call with Arya for 7:30 p.m. and I want to do it for him. If you're doing it for yourself, this is the exact same process. All these white spaces, like the places where it says white over here, they are known as blank spots, meaning there is nothing scheduled as of yet. So you can choose any blank space and you can just click. So let's say I want to book a call at 19th Feb at, like, let's say 7:30 p.m. or 7 p.m. I'll just bring my mouse pointer over to this blank white space and I'll just simply click on it. Not very difficult, not very complicated. Once this is done, I need to select the calendar, like I said over here, right? If you have multiple calendars, you need to choose the right calendar. So click on any blank spot in the calendar, and after that, all the calendars which exist in your SaleGen account, they'll appear over here. Right now we have only one calendar in this account, so like only one is visible. But if you have multiple calendars and you wanna book this call in a particular calendar, you can just simply select that. I'm just gonna use this one because this to me looks pretty decent. This is pretty fine. So yeah, this is the only one we use actually. So yeah, just select the calendar. After that, in the appointment title, yeah, so give the appointment an appropriate name in the appointment title place. This is basically what it appears when the call is taking place. Like, if you use like Google Meet, what appears as the title of the Google Meet. If you're taking a Zoom call, what appears as the title of the Zoom call. If you send out like a notification, like if you add the event to the calendar of the person, what it appears on his or her calendar. So that's basically this thing. So give it any appropriate name. I'll just call it like something simple, like discovery call Arya, which is the name of the rep. X, which means like who is with. And let's say I'm booking it with a guy called John. So I'll just click on John. So yeah, either like instead of Arya, if I wanted to do, like, you can also do this, like you can add your company name as well. I'll just keep it like Arya. It does not matter, you can choose like literally any name. Like you can add a description as well, I don't really need to. This is useful if the person does not know. If you have some notes like, okay, this person is a follow-up, like let's say this person is a referral, B2B, lead gen, company needs help, whatever. Like if you want to add a description, you can do it, like I don't really care. So yeah, the main thing is adding an appointment title. Once it is done, from here in the team member, you can select who is going to take the call, and yeah, you can just like choose the right person. I'm just going to select Banerjee. This, by the way, if you are unable to see the person you wanted to appoint the call to, you need to ensure that they're actually a part of the calendar. Like if you don't know what that means, I'll just try to show you. It should be, it's like pretty well covered in the calendar thing, like when you set up the calendar. So I don't think so you're going to have this issue, but this is going to be the issue. Like if you don't see the name of the person over here, this is what needs to be done. Yeah, so if we go to the calendar and we click on these three dots and we click on edit, yeah, so over here you can like select what all team members are a part of this calendar. So you might see we have a lot of team members. So let's say Tess. So for example, Tess is a closer who is not a part of this calendar. That's why even though we could see her over here, like you can see Tess closer is visible over here. Right now, when it comes to who is going to take the call, she's not available because we've not added her as a team member yet. So if you don't see the person over here, you need to come to the calendar where you're booking the call. This is the exact calendar where we're booking the call, and you need to like add the member over here. So if I wanted to include Tess as well, I'm gonna select her, click on save, and after that her name will be visible over here as well once I've clicked on save. I don't really want to, so yeah, that's what needs to be done if you don't see the person. So just select the right team member, and after that select the time slot. like any time slot works really. And after that you need to choose the appropriate start time and start date, like the end time and the end date. So yeah, this, like, just click over here and you can select when the call is going to start, like the date over here, and from here the time, like 7:30, 7:15, whatever it is. Not very difficult to understand. So yeah, just choose the freaking time, click on OK, click on confirm. End time, just click on the date, click on the time where it's supposed to end, and click on confirm. And yeah, very simple. And this time and date, it's going to be according to this time slot you're going to see. So yeah, this is according, like, you can choose any time slot over here. Just ensure the time slots are totally taken care of. So let's say if someone is like, oh, I'm from, let's take the Paris example. Let's say the Paris guy wanted to book a call with us at 4 p.m. Paris time. I need to convert that time into what it means for Indian Standard Time. So you can just go to ChatGPT and you can just ask it 4 p.m. Paris time to Indian Standard Time. So you can just select like your exact time zone and you can convert the time zone of the person, of the prospect, to your exact time zone. If you don't know the time zone of the prospect, just ask him like what time zone you're based in. So yeah, like if I want to do that, if he wants to book a call with me at 4 p.m., I need to ensure that it's being booked at 8:30 p.m. So yeah. Oh, okay, so this is kind of complicated. Like they have two time slots depending on the date and time. So yeah, most countries don't have this issue. Like let's say I know UAE, it's 1.5 hours behind us. Convert 5 p.m. UAE time to Indian Standard Time. Just use ChatGPT to convert the time slots and everything. So yeah, it's 6:30 p.m. Let's say the person was from UAE and he wanted to book a call with us at 5 p.m. his time. Then we simply ensure like over this, and 5 p.m. UAE time is 6:30 p.m. our time. So I click on 6:30 p.m. I click on confirm, and after that I click on 7 p.m. which, like, because like it automatically goes to 7 p.m. because the call duration in this calendar is set to 30 minutes. If you want to make the call a bit longer, you can just simply like drag it out. So if I want a 45-minute call, I can select that as well. Confirm. It's totally up to you. After that, there's this thing called recurring event as well. If you want this event to take place, like if you want it to repeat, basically, that after a fixed interval this should happen again, you can simply click on this. You can decide if you want it to repeat daily, weekly, monthly, annually, every Wednesday, custom. You can select like custom repetitions as well, like after 17 days, whatever. You can do that. I don't want this to repeat. And yeah, I just want it to be a one-off meeting. The meeting location is can be set as the calendar default, meaning like you already configured it. So in the calendar, by default, the meeting location has been set to Google Meet. So you can do that while you're configuring your calendar. Otherwise, you can select like a custom location. So you can choose if you want the call to take place over like Zoom, you want it to take place over Google Meet, over phone call, over like a physical meeting and the address or something, or Microsoft Teams. I'm just going to select Google Meet. You can select Zoom as well. And you need to have your calendars integrated, everything, in order for this to work properly. Like I've already attached a guide on the same. If you want, just comment below this and I'll share the link to the guide with you. Just come over to this post and write a comment and I'll be more than happy to help. So yeah, over here, I'll just choose Google Meet. Anything works. You can choose literally anything. Last but not the least, you need to select the contact. If the contact is already a part of the SaleGen CRM, like let's say I was trying to book a call with Ujjwal. I don't know his number. Yeah, so let's say if the person already exists in the SaleGen CRM, they'll be available over here. And in that case, I can just simply click on the contact and I can book an appointment. But most of you probably won't have the like the name, phone number, email of the person in the SaleGen CRM already. So that, like at that time, you click on this drop down arrow next to this. If you have the person in the CRM already, just search for his name, email, or phone number. Otherwise, you can like simply click on add new contact over here. Once you're here, you simply enter the name of the person, whatever it is. Let's say John, and let's say his phone number is this, random phone number. His email is john@gmail.com. Like I'm just putting random stuff, like enter the actual phone number, email, and the time zone of the person, whatever his time zone is. Just do that and click on save. Okay, this phone number is not actually valid. US phone numbers are 10 digits, right? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. Okay, I just added John Doe. If you already have the contact, then you need to select him from here, because our software won't allow you to have like duplicate contacts. You can allow duplicate contacts, but by default it's turned off. So yeah, you just select the person and then you can click on book an appointment, and the appointment has been successfully scheduled, and it will now appear in the calendar as well. Over here you can see discovery call like Arya X John. This will be visible in John's calendar, in Arya's calendar as well. And yeah, all the workflows, all the automations, everything which are triggered when you normally book an appointment, when someone normally books an appointment with you, they're automatically triggered as well. And yeah, it's all good, all taken care of. I'll just delete it because it's random, like a random appointment. Yeah, but that's the process of manually booking calls in the calendar of your sales reps or yourself. If someone was like, yeah, let's just speak at 3 p.m. CST, whatever time zone, and you want to book in manually and you don't want to send out meeting links or something, because this will like get you more meetings and everything, and this is just gonna be kind of better maybe for your conversion rates. So yeah, if you have any questions, just comment below this post and I'll be more than happy to help you. Bye bye, man, take care.